Okay, well here we go. This is the end of the trial, and this is Build the Hogwarts Express, Part 4. So basically it was a trial, as Kevin and World of Wayne predicted. We had this insert that came through, and it states that thank you for purchasing the Hogwarts Express. The limited 4-issue run has now come to an end, and we will be looking at the level of interest before making a decision about whether the collection will be launched nationally in the future. So you've got an option on there to get your money back for the 4 issues, or you can get a free gift. So I'm going to go for the free gift, and there was an option for a survey to fill out for potential winning of a £50 Amazon voucher. Anyway, let's have a look at the magazine. Part 4 then, of Harry Potter, Build Your Own Hogwarts Express. So, chimney and seat grill is what we're going to be working on this last magazine. And there's some detailed instructions there. I will be fitting the light as well. Interesting. And then once completed, that will look like that, and the chair will look like that. Then an article about Ron Weasley. In my opinion, one of the better characters out of the stories. And the Great Hall. And an article about Hogsmeade. And a piece of artwork about Ron. So as the trial is finished, there'll be no further issues. So let's have a look at the parts we get with this magazine. The parts we get with this magazine is this plastic part here. These are all metal. And this part as well. And this is also metal. And we get some screws. So let's crack on with the build. Okay, so the first part we need to do is this metal part goes on top of there. So we need to glue that in place by running a bead of super glue just on the inside. And we have to leave that to set. Whilst we're waiting, we can put the screws in. This is not in order. There is another stage, but we can't really do that stage till the glue has set. So we'll crack on with this bit. And you've just got to put the screws in the side, but don't go too far in. That's pretty it's nearly at the end anyway. That's what it says to do. And then the next stage is to put a little bit of super glue just around this rim here. And once completed, that will look like that. Very nice it is too. Then you get the smoke box, and you work from the rear for some reason, even though it said earlier on to take the front off. And this collar fits on inside. I'm assuming, yeah, so you need to screw from both ends. Okay. And then once completed, that will look like that. No, it's a bit top heavy. So once you've done that, we need to close that smoke box up. And you need to feed the cables one at a time through the big hole of the bracket. So once you've done that, pull the cables through, and there's two little pins on the bottom. They correspond with the pins, or the pin holes on the bracket. So they fit on like that. And underneath there's a little hole, and these cables go through there. And it says do one at a time. So once you get to that stage, you'll have something resembling that. And then the next image is very confusing because it's talking about this area, but it's the other end that we need to look at. That goes in like that. Yeah, and there's 4 holes that line up underneath, and then you fill that, the holes get filled with those screws, so that's basically a connector of some kind. So we'll get that screwed in. So once completed, that will look like that. It is confusing in the magazine because it looks like you're doing that stage again, but it's almost a mirror, and that's a plastic part there. So from the front it looks like that. I think you would need to paint that red. You need to paint that black at some point, because it does spoil it a bit. And you do slightly see it. It's not too bad. Not too bad. So that's a bit lopsy-turvy now. Lopsy-turvy. I'm making words up as I go along. So that takes us up to stage 8. So with this part, we're going to be fitting that to the underside, and you have to bend, because this is made of metal, you have to bend these little tabs into an L shape. So you bend those into an L shape. That one's snapped off, but there you go. Then you dry fit them and then glue them into place. So we'll get that done. So once completed, that will look Something like that. Which is a nice little finishing touch. So once completed, we have the underside and the top side finished of the smoke box with the light fitted, which wasn't glued in, and the chair assembly with the fine detail underneath. Put Harry back on there because he likes to go on there. We'll put this back on the top. Make sure that smoke box is closed. We have the set of wheels, and that's everything completed. I think that looks rather nice, to be honest with you. It's quite satisfying, the details that are on there. My only quibble would be this mechanism for opening and closing this front of the smoke box. It's not brilliant. And that's it, yeah. That's the end of the Hogwarts Express trial. Hope you enjoyed that one. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.